Before you buy the Seestar S30, you really need to hear this. The Seestar S30 by ZWO is a cool little telescope, no doubt about that. But it's not perfect, and depending on what you expect, it might not be the right choice for you. Let's start with the biggest problem, at least here in Italy, the price. Right now you can find it on sale for about 480 euros, but the regular price is still 530 euros, so it's quite a lot. And that's where things get tricky. At that price, the Seestar is sitting next to the DWARF 3, and honestly, the DWARF 3 offers more resolution, a larger aperture, and more features that the S30 simply doesn't have. For example, the Seestar S30 has only one telephoto camera, and it's limited to Full HD. There's no second wide-angle camera for Milky Way shots or wide-field landscapes. Yeah, it does have a GAD camera, but it's only for alignment, positioning, and manual control. So it's basically for the preview, but not for imaging. Another thing that people don't talk about much is the weight. The Seestar S30 is actually heavier than the DWARF Mini, even though they share the same aperture, the same focal length, the same sensor, and obviously the same resolution. So yeah, it's heavier and bulkier without really giving you more. And I also want to share you something. Every now and then, without any clear reason, my Seestar S30 just decides to stop tracking stars properly. The session is still running, but the stars are no longer tracked. And on the live preview, you can clearly see the elongated stars on your screen, on my phone or the tablet. When this happens, the telescope keeps shooting useless frames, and you end up losing a lot of data without realizing it immediately. The only real fix is pretty brutal. You have to turn the telescope off and on again. Let's move on to the other downsides. Now, from personal experience, the images coming out of the Seestar S30 are quite noisy. You will need to reduce it in post-processing using Siril or Photoshop or inside the app itself. If we want to make a quick specs recap, we have a 30mm aperture, 150 of focal length, f5 with an apochromatic triplet, and a Sony IMX662 sensor. That sensor is the same that we use on planetary astronomy cameras, mainly because it's very small. And here's the reality check. If you want good results on faint nebulae like the Horsehead Nebula, you'll need hours of integration time. Even better if you use equatorial mode with 30 or 60-second exposures. So let me be very clear. If you expect professional level results, you are on the wrong road. But if you want to enter astrophotography, learn how fits file works, do stacking, editing, and actually understand what's happening behind the scenes, then yes, this telescope makes sense. With the release of the DWARF Mini and also the Seestar S30 Pro, the S30 loses lots of its appeal. It's heavier, more bulky, and more expensive, at least here in Italy. I do astrophotography since 2024, it's around 2 years, but I've never been fully satisfied with the images of this Seestar S30. Because of the starting data, that's very noisy, and the stars often come huge, and removing them is painful. Even StarNet struggles, and you end up with lots of artifacts. That said, and this is important, the Seestar S30 lets you jump into astrophotography really fast. The setup is quick, usability is great, and the learning curve is very friendly. If the price is right, this is still a solid entry-level tool to explore the night sky with decent flexibility in post-production. It also works for moon and sun, but the wide field of view makes it less attractive than the bigger brother, the S50, which has a longer focal length and delivers a better image quality in deeper targets. So the real question is not, is the Seestar S30 good or bad? The real question is, what do you expect and how much are you willing to learn? Because whether you want to point a target in the Alt-AZ mode and get a decent image in like 20 minutes, or go equatorial, shoot 60-second subs and process everything in Siril, Photoshop, Affinity or PixInsight, either way, you are not making a wrong choice. Thanks for watching, my name is Simone. This is my first long video in English about telescopes, so I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I'm a little bit nervous. If you want to subscribe to my channel, in the next weeks I'm going to test the Seestar S30 properly. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, those are the downsides of the Seestar S30, but this telescope is really tiny, powerful for what it is. In the US you can find it for $349. Here in the Europe, in Italy, these things cost a little bit more, so it's not a simple decision to choose which one is the best for you. I hope this video clarified things and clear skies.